What happened last time? Well, we set a trap at a skyship tower. After clearing the bottom floor, some grunts, really. They were lycanthropes, which posed a little bit of a threat, but you dealt with them nice and quickly. Especially noting that these that have been convinced / brought into the Emerald Claw are out for blood. These grunts, these minions, are going to try and stop you. They're going to try and end you to get their goals clear, which is, a good thing to kind of see with especially the grunt level people in the Mournlands. They were, however, led by some priest-like figure, which you related to the writing that was carved into the floor on the second floor. Ghost and Hera and Jalug going up and trying to translate them. Ghost, you managed to see this inscription that baffled your brain almost to the point of madness. But staring it off with a flash of genius, you realize that having written it down in common, it's probably best you don't share that with anyone. Only 2 seconds after telling Hera you have written it down, so wherever that leads, who knows. But you talked about it and inspected Hera's ear for any ear wounds, as she was a bit concerned that maybe something was manifesting in her brain. Nothing physical, though, but you did get a flash of yellow eyes, maybe signaling to you that there's a connection there between Hera and this entity. Trying to provide some guidance. You say that sharing the load is always easier. It possibly reminds you, Hera, of that sharing it with your professor, with Ghost in the room, is that it gave... No, Siri, I don't need you. Your professor kind of helped share that burden and maybe didn't give you answers straight, but let you know that you didn't have to be alone in this, even though it could be your story. Meanwhile, downstairs, after looting the bodies, not finding anything particular of use, a vial of lycanthrope blood, which would stave off the virus within an hour of being bitten. Good to have. Everyone got to work on planting this trap should Kelly Keeling arrive via airship to this tower. Changing the lights and directions on the outside, adapting the turbines to pull in anything approaching at speed. Welcome back, Ninka. Yes, everyone's here. Successes all round. I don't think there was a failure on the skill checks.
Sorry, it's really disconcerting for a second. It's like, dude, it's 7:30 in the morning. You're drinking a beer. Oh, hang on, that's right. Slamming a beer down.
It's coffee. It's coffee.
At least do what everyone else does and like pour it into a cup so we can't tell.
I've just got my Baileys here.
Sorry.
Yeah, all successes. Laying this trap. So I know you watched it as well, Jono, but for all intents and purposes, this ship, when it arrives, it won't be able to slow down. Comes into the tower, touches the Dragonstone, fireball goes off, the lanterns are lit around the place, big bada boom, hopefully a lot of damage done. And also, because the mists are so quiet, you're hoping that you're going to hear this explosion, no matter where you are in town. That could be a signal to you that either you need to act, or you need to go, or you need to move, so on and so forth. And, of course, another thing, that the fires don't stop burning here, so that could also inflict continuous damage, with the health bar just going, down and down and down. Speaking of health bars and game tips, as you were about to leave to the mists, you decided that you want to find a place of refuge for the night. You realize that you've been up for a long time. Maybe it's time for some rest. Tari just glances at his belt. The 3 potions of wastrel rest remaining, the rest having been shattered by the mutant bear that you encountered at the observatory. Keep in mind you did pluck enough feathers from the Hollyphant to make 2 more, yet you are still yet to make those. He gives a bit of a worried look and says that you don't want to be sleeping here. Malkov, you didn't pass the inside check, but you see that Tari has probably been awake for a lot longer than he should have. You can see the slight bags under his eyes. Even though he's staving it off with magical means, it still does have an effect on the mind. So, as he opens the door and you all kind of walk out into the mists once more, I'd like to know a marching order, please.
I think I would probably be at the front again. I've got a map. I've been sort of doing that so far, so I'd probably be up towards the front, if not at the front with Tari.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably, I guess, go behind Tari and Puck. Sorry, I also remembered, did Hera need to take the potion of superior healing that I have? Or someone was taking...
I'll definitely fucking...
I think I got one from someone else.
I think it was one that I found and I looted and I just gave to you, I think was what happened. Because last session I changed the number on my sheet that I have, so... Pretty sure that you're all... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're all good.
Okay, cool. Well, I have one and a couple of greater healings if people do need them. So
you're keeping up the real good strategy of missing the combat sessions, so your potions never deplete.
Damn.
You get to like the final battle, and you're like, "Hey guys, I've got like 100 potions in my inventory."
Yeah. So like, all right. So Julie, what are you doing? I'm spending another turn drinking, and then finally I just go. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll
an Elden Ring boss outside the boss door. Doosh.
Cool. So yeah, Puck, Jalug, and Tari leading at the front. What are the rear 3 doing?
I'll sort of hold back far enough that I can sort of at intervals look up and do a head count and make sure that everyone,
Okay.
Try and keep everyone an eye shot.
Yep.
I'll do the thing I did before and cast the light cantrip onto Envy's eyes. We'll stick with Molokov, I guess, at the back of the group, so we get that little tunnel of light through our marching order. I guess I'll be just in front of Molokov somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose I'll sit just behind Jalug.
Sure. So
that imagery of Envy with the headlight eyes through the mist. This is fucking sick.
And it's got like the wolf waddle on as well, so like the lights kind of shift and move a little bit. And you start moving through these streets as the mist kind of settles in, apart from the light that you guys are emitting, kind of creating like a sphere around you. What I'm going to need is 2 rolls. I guess Puck up the front with Tari, can you give me a survival roll? And Molokov keeping watch, I guess, would be out of everyone, perception check, please.
Survival. I have that advantage. I'm like, do I use it?
Now keep in mind you're looking for a rest spot at the moment.
Yeah.
About halfway along the way or near.
15.
I think I'm just gonna cop the roll, and it's a 14.
Okay, cool. So you and Tari are kind of comparing notes and sharing now, you definitely have caught on that his expertise is in navigation. Even though the streets are hard to navigate with, I think you've both got heads down, checking the street signs and maybe crossing off where you've been to make sure you don't loop around and stuff. But you continue the party forward. Molokov, you are checking the head count of the party, and a 15, was it? About a street over, you catch, kind of at the same pace as you, almost a hulking shadow move through, but you don't hear any noise with it.
I'll sort of, psst, hey,
To everyone.
hold up, yeah, I'll sort of do like a hushed hold up.
As you hold up, everyone kind of comes to a stop, looks back at you. You can still see this shape maybe like 2 blocks over down an alleyway, and it looks like it's kind of, got large shoulders. It's very hard to tell at this distance, but it's a silhouette almost.
Is it moving?
It seems to have stopped with you.
I'll sort of take a step to the side as I'm like keeping an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it. It doesn't seem to move. The shadow. If you can imagine like a smoke screen, and it kind of has that kind of spherical shoulders, and then kind of comes down into a silhouette of a figure, quite large.
He's just standing there menacingly. I'll sort of, I think it was Ghost just ahead. I'll sort of and nod in the direction. What? Do you see it too?
Ghost, you look down, and after squinting your eyes for a bit, you can't see a shadow of sorts, but the mist kind of twist and do that little wind vortex thing. But after a while, after Molokov points in that direction, you do start to see this darker. It doesn't seem like a shadow, but it seems like a darker bit of the mist standing there about 60 feet away or so.
We're trying to avoid big flesh golem things in the mist, aren't we? Just keep moving.
I guess so. It hasn't attacked yet. I guess that's a good sign.
You've got better eyes than I do.
What?
See if it follows us.
What's happening?
In your brain. Shapes in the mist.
You say ships or shapes? Just a
Shapes.
boat goes past.
It's a ghost ship. It's a ghost ship. What are you talking about?
Ghost ship. Harry, you would have seen this as well. This is just a very resemblant of the shape that you saw on the way to Skyreach.
Fuck. Where are we? Just like in the streets, there's just like random buildings either side.
Yeah.
Do we want to just pick one of these random spots to try and hide out for the night? How far do we need to go?
Do we want to be in sight of the tower, or get way away?
How do
I don't know
these?
about you, but I already can't see the tower.
Yeah, you've kind of lost sight of it already.
How do these buildings around us look, and how far along do we think we are?
With that 14, you're not sure how far there is to go, but you start taking a look around these buildings, and they look sturdy enough to go in. Some of them look a bit boarded up, but you could definitely stop here if you want.
I feel like we should probably move away from the section with the big scary monster and then hide, rather than hiding where it is. Go a little further, find
some
a nice
distance
spot.
between us.
Okay.
But
So you
let's
start
try
moving.
and
Oh,
be
go
a
on.
bit more sneaky about it. Keep your eyes peeled.
You start moving off again. Puck and Tari kind of quickly comes in tow, and Molokov, you try and catch this thing as the party starts moving. You see that shadow move behind a building as well. It's like almost like those movies where they're following in the streets, but by the time you get to the next street, you don't see it. And whether that's comforting or not, I'll leave that to you to decide. But you carry on for another 10 or so minutes before Tari says, well, hold on. Looks at the map. Why not here? And he points at a building to the side, and you see that it's almost like a front of a warehouse of sorts, kind of like a blacksmith kind of vibe to it. It's got a big iron door at the front. Looks like it's about 2 stories tall. We could check in here. Seems safe enough.
Sure. Have a look at the doors and things, make sure we can shut them or board, put things up kind of behind them to make it hard for anything to get in.
Yeah, give me a quick investigation check just from a quick glance as the rest of the party kind of catch up. The rest of you see that this is kind of like a market area. A lot of trade might have been done here.
It's a modified 20.
Nice. You have a look at at least the front doors, and you see that there are 2 big iron doors that kind of close in together, probably open up to get cargo in and out. You see that on the second story, there's almost like a crane of some sorts, maybe to lift goods into the warehouse. And as you kind of push the iron doors open and give a listen around the building, all you can hear is that silence that sits around everywhere. Inside, you see shelves, kind of like at forklift heights with barrels and such on there. There looks like there's a couple of extra rooms, and then at the back of the warehouse, there looks like there's some stairs that go to the north. And I feel like if you want to have a look around to decide if this place is safe, we can go here. So you all kind of file in to this warehouse.
Have a little look around.
What would you like to do? Yeah. So you see that there are some doors that go out to the street into different rooms, and then there are some windows in this building as well. Might be something to think about. But otherwise, it looks like without specific checks, it seems like it's old cargo. There's scraps of metal, Molokov and Ghost. You see there's drawers of tools. It starts to become a lot more interesting the more you look around. But as you do, I don't know whether anyone's touching anything.
Probably
you
the
know,
doors to go in the rooms or whatever.
Yep. They creak, and the latches lock and so on and so forth. Like it's not silent in here as you start moving things around. Jalug, you start to go moving upstairs. And I can move you over here.
Yep. Is that still? Sorry, just to get the layout.
Yep.
Because you said it's a warehouse. Is that just on like a level above, and I look
It's like a
down, or is
mezzanine,
it? Or
yeah.
is it? Yeah. So it's not like a floor. It's the mezzanine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely would have looked at a couple of the doors and gone up. Yeah.
I guess.
I'll
Anyone following?
call down in like that weird whisper yell kind of thing. This looks like good. Yeah, let's stay here. Good visibility.
Jalug whispers down, this looks like good. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
is that soldier code for something?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, the gif I was trying to find was when Drax is like, if I don't move, they can't see me.
That's what we call strength-based stealth.
Yep.
Intimidation-based stealth checks.
So yeah, Jalug, on the upstairs, you see that these rooms may have been used for quarters once or an office. You see that there is some, you don't have to look at the specifics of the map, but there's hay and there's
Yeah.
some barrels of food that haven't gone off because it's the Mournlands. But you could push something together to make a few bedrolls or such. It's elevated from the ground. Yes, there are windows that go to the outside, and then there is a roof access as well. We'll say like the ladder is here in the center. That goes up to the roof. Yeah, looks at a first glance safe enough. Puck, you have found what looks like a kind of office area with books and logs and such like that. Yeah, and it just looks like no one's been here in a long time.
Anything on the books, or are they just like records?
Give me an investigation if you're gonna look into something.
25.
Wowie.
Oh no, sorry, that's untrue. That is a 23. That's not a plus 11. That's a plus 8.
You don't find anything.
Yeah.
No, you look through and you kind of cruising through the spines, and they've got dates on them almost rather than titles, and it looks like these are accounting books and logs and such like that. But what is weird is about halfway through there is a little bit of a leaflet sticking out. You kind of peel it back. It looks like it's in between books, and you find this. In the Discord.
Do you want me to read it, or?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm probably just skimming over it, and then I'll call out to both of the artificers. Calling all artificers, inventors, engineers, matrites, and visionaries. The Consortium of Progress and Preservation invites you to take part in the most ambitious and noble project since the founding of Making. We're building a better tomorrow powered by your genius. Do you dream of shaping the future of planar mechanisms, forging stability across the continent, defending our borders with innovation, not blood? Then your talents belong in the Forge. Join a hand-picked team of elite minds dedicated to Project Snowglass. Interesting. A revolutionary initiative that will safeguard peace for generations to come. Benefits include lifetime patronage from House Cannith, enhanced laboratory access, and elemental residuum stipends. Housing within the Maker's pinnacle, a chance to etch your name on the annals of history. Service is honor, innovation is duty, making leads the world follows. Applications accepted at the Auric Dome. Submit designs. Sorry, it's getting very small to read. I'm going to zoom in. Submit designs.
T's and C's.
It's gotten. There we go. Submit designs, spell schematics, or dimensional theory proposals with your form. Join us and help freeze this moment in time forever. High Scion, Voltrus Decaneth, Project Overseer. And then there's a bunch of wingdings down the bottom.
You can't quite... You see that there's something down the bottom that you can't understand.
Yeah, I don't speak that. Well, that's ominous.
You're telling me they did this on purpose?
I mean, I always thought it was some catastrophe that accidentally got sent off, but was a weapon for the war.
sort of squints at the way you just said catastrophe. The emphasis on cat.
Catastrophe.
Yes.
Racism.
No, I
They're
always
not called
I
cats.
always thought the same.
Tabaxicatastrophe.
Considering I've had a cat crawling all over me for the last 20 minutes. No. Well, that's certainly something
That's
I'm going to have to
Lewis.
look into. The Aurum Dome.
Hey, Tari, does that sound familiar to you at all?
He comes over and takes a look at it, and I mean, these are locations that I believe were in the city. I don't know that any were showing interest. Possibly just he kind of says that like possibly these are places that were once when the city was full places of import. The Maker's Pinnacle. I don't know what that is. Maybe a place of scientists that come together. The Aurum Dome. I believe that was a place where innovators presented their ideas. It seems that like these are places that were relevant when this letter was created. They're not like the Archlich's castle, and you're like, oh, that's definitely something that we should check out. It's more just a flavor for the we want you thing. He does say though, High Scion Velatris de Caneth. She was quite high in the political sphere of making. I do believe I've read some history books. And Molokov, you see the name Caneth, and de Caneth is a person of rank in there, so that kind of pieces together. But you don't recognize the name. It's not some famous artificer or anything. It's probably just the head artificer that was in making. Other than that, there's kind of he doesn't point out anything else that stands out to him here. He just kind of looks at it as well and shaping the future, forging stability. What the heck is this kind of propaganda?
That's a good point. It does, in a way, kind of feel like the very similar tone to what the priest was writing for the shifters. It does have that air of propaganda.
Hey Dale, is your neck actually sore? Or are you role-playing hero going through a moment?
No, my neck is actually fucked.
Okay.
I have a wheat bag.
Oh,
A wheat bag on it at the moment.
Okay.
They're like talking about recruiting, and I
Yeah.
just see you doing like this. And I'm like, oh no, is Hero going
I
into
was-
a
I
trance? What's going on?
I was listening to the roleplay and taking advantage of not being involved in the conversation. Straight.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
We thought they were building a weapon for war. This makes it sound like they were trying to safeguard themselves, some sort of protection. Even then, this can't have been what they were thinking. Their
You know
nation's
how you know how we know there's something here beneath the city being held by chains, right? Is the freezing in time the chains? Did they need to wake something up and need to subdue it quickly? Some such thing, maybe.
Well, whatever they were
Well, whatever
trying.
it is, it seems to be centered around the forge.
It happened, and I think you're right. I don't think it went the way they wanted. Let's hang on to this. Is that a giant bell on the table? I know it's just art, but is that a giant bell? Giant handbell, the size of the two halfling, or the halfling.
I think it's a magnifying glass on top of like a circle or something.
Oh, it's probably a globe. Actually,
Oh,
is what it is.
The globe. It's a globe.
It's a globe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a shame. A giant bell would have been very funny to take. Okay.
You can
Cool.
take the globe if you would like.
Nah.
It actually looks like a globe, but it's actually a flat disc with a. Just
Get out of here.
in the middle
No.
to say-
Tortoise is underneath.
Big
With
ice
elephants.
Yeah.
You all take 10 psychic damage.
wall.
I'm down.
But, yeah. So as you kind of feel that ghost, you just let out that exhale that you now have 4 walls around you, and everything seems to be in order. What's the plan here?
I think we need to make this place safe before we rest. I don't know where the others have gone, but when we get them back, let's block off some of these doors with the barrels that are there. And I think downstairs they saw a cart. We could drag that in front of the in front of the doors.
Yeah, let me lean some of these fucking box lids up against the windows or something.
Yeah. Okay.
You say
so
these are windows.
yeah.
Yes, window. Yes, window.
So I believe I can close the window. There you go.
Oh, neat.
You can still see through them, but you can't move through them. Whereas doors, you can open and close. Can you see the?
Oh, that's
doors?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can see
I-
the door, and we
yeah,
can see them
yeah.
change.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, my
I
plans have.
only closed the door and locked
closed
myself
the
in a
door.
room for a second. I was like, "Oh, crap, it."
Our
Yeah,
plans
so-
of defenestration have been scuppered, boys.
Yeah, so all the doors look like they open and close fine. Yeah,
We're just sitting there
what's,
opening and closing doors.
Tari just says, let me know what to do. Do you think we need? Well, I suppose what we just went through. I wouldn't want any of them coming in here. We board up pretty tight.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah,
You
looks like that
you meant
front room has no window access.
Say again, Doug.
I was saying that looks like the front room has no window access.
Correct.
you mentioned there were like a bunch of tools and stuff lying around.
Yeah.
If I have a quick look around, can I find any like nails?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, doesn't take you long to kind of work out how this place has been kept. Not a forge of some kinds, but definitely a worker's shop. Find the nails and what are you boarding up?
Well, I'll have a quick look in this room, see if there's anything interesting.
Mhm.
And if not, I will start boarding up the store.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll put a little line in front of it to show that it is boarded.
Cool. And if everyone's sort of okay, done with this room, I'll do the same to that door.
Sure.
I'm alright with it.
So this takes, I'd say, at least half an hour to bang the nails in, and you're creating a little bit of noise, but it's worth it to close the doors and board them up. As you kind of all finish up the preparations downstairs of were we boarding up the front door as well? That would be the question.
Did you say there was a wagon somewhere?
There's a wagon on the ground floor, like on the street kind of thing. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
art, Reese, but like,
Oh, right.
You can move
Why
stuff
not?
in front of the door. Yeah.
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 Um,
Outside or inside.
I think it's probably
Well-
smarter to pile up the shit that we've got in here in front of
Yeah.
it, so then we can like
Okay.
clear it ourselves.
Yeah, well, especially now that we've bolted all the windows shut.
Yeah.
If you lock it up from the outside, there's no really getting back in.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So-
while you guys are piling things, I
some of them.
will spend the better part of an hour taking the tools I have and making minor adjustments to my own like little vials and that sort of thing to create
Yeah.
myself a set of alchemist tools.
Sounds good. Those might come in handy. So yeah, we'll say an hour passes as you all kind of fix up the place and make sure it's secure enough. And now you do all start having those sporadic yawns that kind of come through, and you feel your eyes getting a bit heavier. And one thing you will notice is a little pop of a cork as you look over to Tari, and he's popped one of his potions and goes to drink it. Not really regarding the rest of you, just seems to be going about his business. Is anyone saying anything before he drinks that? Glug, glug, glug. Puts the vial down.
Does anyone know where I put my poison?
Yeah, yeah. No, Tari, no. Doesn't seem to. I guess Molokov, you've been watching him. Doesn't seem to reach down to his belt for the rest of you. He kind of is setting up his bedroll and he pops the cork and
Yeah,
and downs one.
yeah. I've kind of gotten the impression that someone's going to have to sleep tonight.
Well, I've
Yeah.
I'd volunteered already.
I've made some nice room beds up here, cool down. So like, as you're saying, Reese, there's like various things that could be okay for sleeping. Plus, we've probably got bed rolls or whatever. So
Yeah.
and I guess I've shut the windows,
Yep. Gotcha.
but not necessarily boarded them up. But we are up a little bit higher, so
Yeah, about 10 feet up.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, Jalou comes down and lets you know that he's made Hotel Bugbear upstairs.
Yeah, if we'd known sleeping was going to be a sketchy endeavor, we would have prepared more, I guess. But Tari, your recipe for this potion, mind giving me a hand?
Absolutely. Should take about an hour or so. How many feathers did we grab again? 2? 3?
Through, you tell me.
It was 2. It was 2.
3, I
It was
think.
2. Cool. Enough for 2 more.
Right. Again, like you see him kind of look around, count the people in his head. Well, what we need is, and he points to your alchemist tools, and kind of you and him sit down, and it's going to take about another hour to do.
Yep.
But you will be able to make 2 potions of watchful rest.
No check required.
Not with Tara's help, no. What I want to know is what are the rest of you doing for this hour?
I've definitely found several bottles of wine here and having a great time.
Nice.
Have you?
No, Puck's going to.
I
He's
might
going
not
to
have a
hop onto the
potion,
roof.
but
Yeah.
nice.
Something. This will help me sleep.
Bear with me.
I'm
while
gonna go
I
onto the
throw
roof.
You over here.
Whoa. Yeah, I'll go up onto the roof, and I'm just going to kind of poke around a little bit and keep a little bit of watch.
Yep.
Yeah, just sort of like do a little bit of a patrol up there, just checking, mostly looking for that monster that apparently everyone heard.
Yeah, give me a perception.
But yeah,
check.
keeping an ear to the ground, so to speak. Perception. Perception. That's a 19.
19. You look up and down the street, keeping the air out. There doesn't seem to be a hulking figure, which people keep referencing. And you trust your party, but even in the back of your mind, Puck, you wonder whether it's a play of the light, whether it's a, dare I say it, Puck has a little bit of a, maybe these guys aren't as equipped, to deal with these mists or something like that. There's that little bit of cockiness that comes through because you cannot see anything out here.
I'll probably stay out there for quite a long time. Probably just
Okay.
checking my equipment and just sort of
Yep.
patrolling and essentially doing something to keep my mind busy.
Yep. All right. At the end of this hour, Ghost, you and Tari kind of carefully pour just enough drops into the two empty vials that you have on you. And Tari kind of gives a nod and goes, "That should do it. I might go sit over here and just reflect and maybe journal for a bit. I don't know." You see that he's leaving you to decide where these two go because he doesn't want a part of that decision. But you can tell that he looks concerned. It's bitter. It's quite bitter, but
That's
it'll keep you up.
not what I meant.
He turns away.
Look, I can't pretend to know what being someone from the dream realm is like right now. And I get it. Just, you got this air like you haven't rested in a very long time.
He's like facing away from you, and you see his shoulders just slump a little bit. When I find my friends, I can rest.
I don't want to pry, and I'm not going to push you to give me anything, but I'm trying to protect my friends as well.
You see, he
What do I
turns
need to
around at
worry
that.
about?
He turns around at that, and he goes, "At least they're here. You need to worry about waking up safely. If you wake up."
Okay.
And you feel that coldness coming from who has been quite a cheerful person. And it's almost like, again, you take a peek out one of the windows, maybe on the second floor or something, and that sun is sitting at 3:00 in the afternoon. It doesn't get dark here, but your body feels like it's getting late at night. And you feel that coldness coming from Tari almost reminds you of the coldness that normally comes with night, that the temperature hasn't changed here either. And it's that remembering that things are frozen here. And not frozen as in temperature-wise, but frozen in time. Question for you, Ghost. Do you recall the dream trip? Or did you forget? I think it was only Molokov that forgot that, didn't he?
I recall it.
Yeah, okay. That memory comes to light, that you have encountered things in a dream before.
Huh. Gives me an idea. I suppose me and Hera are the only ones still down here at the moment.
Jilu might be listening, but as far as you know, it's just you and Hera.
No, that's okay. I was Just in the sense
just
we're all
just
set up.
talk in your head again, like, whatever. Jaluga's literally sitting like actually in between the two of you, being like,
He's upstairs, like ear against the wood, like.
I'll just nudge.
He's sitting on the
Hera as they come
stairs.
by, being like, "It's the best we can do. Let's go. I have an idea, but just talk to the others." So I make my way upstairs.
Yeah, sure.
You
I was
couldn't
gonna
have
say,
been any more.
for that hour as well, I would have started.
Started.
What'd you say, Michael?
Nothing. It was just roleplay things. Keep going.
I was just gonna say, for that hour, I would have started copying the fly spell into my spell book.
Gotcha.
Just been started working on that. But I'll follow Ghost upstairs.
All right. So you all come upstairs. I think I can move you all up there. Oops, a daisy.
Is there an upstairs layer that I'm missing? Oh, there it is.
I've
Just move across.
after setting
I don't
up
know how
the
to get back
rooms
in.
as well as possible,
Puck comes
I've
back
probably
up.
just been stretching and massaging out some
Yep.
sore points, just basically just resting.
All right, you're all together.
Whoa!
Jeez.
Hey, calm it down.
It's misty enough in here. All right. Well, now that we've successfully left Tari downstairs on his own, I say we kill him.
I can still hear you.
No. And so his little token is just sitting down on its own.
Yeah.
Let's find some rooms and take some turns on watch.
That's optimistic.
What do you mean?
I assume it's easy enough to wake up.
Well,
If this is anything like the shared dream we had back in the tomb, it's going to be a little more difficult than that. Two of us, I put the vials down in front, could watch. And I think the rest of us are going to have something a little more challenging ahead of us.
I think maybe Hera should have one.
I think so too.
You've definitely had. Hello, do you want some?
Hera, just as a quick aside, how tired does Hera look?
I mean, yeah, she looks pretty. Tired's probably not like the right word. It's probably more like worn down,
Okay.
but
Weary.
like not like, yeah, like tired is like mentally worn down. Like physically, she looks just
Yep.
like she's had a rough week,
Yep.
but has looked like this for some time.
Okay. So a vial gets slid over to Hera.
Probably sort of eye it up for a minute. Well, a couple seconds before I reach out and grab it.
Bastard.
Ghost kills a mosquito that could have attacked you in your sleep.
Sturge.
It was a mosquito that was just actually paused in time.
Yeah. Jurassic Park.
It's still just floating there.
It's just squished now.
It's just squashed, yeah. Still making that.
Oh god, that'd be horrible.
They're the worst.
Ghost, you're left with 1 vial.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, as a friendly DM, I would like to remind you that you can stay up through the night without a vial. There would just be an exhaustion level.
Exhausted.
Yep.
And no healing.
And no healing.
I kind of think we just use the one for Hera and the rest of us take our chances.
I'm not afraid of sleep.
No, me either.
I don't remember the last one, but if we're going to this world, it'd be nice to see it for myself.
Seems to be that as long as you don't read stuff here, you're okay. So it's not really an issue for me.
Sound logic.
I just roll.
I cannot argue with that.
Let's just try and set up some things. If things seem to be going badly for us, we'll get a little bucket of water here and maybe tip us off the beds.
So that's not water.
The free fall. Huh? That's not water.
Juliek's been up here for a couple of hours.
This is one I found downstairs. You can have your night soil bucket or whatever.
I don't need to come up with a horror. You just do it yourselves.
Yeah, so maybe we'll try and set up some of those things of like, you can tip us off the bed and like here's like, some water you can throw on our face, a couple of cups of water or something. Whether or not that helps or not, but like that's just maybe some peace of mind. At least for those of us who are planning on
chairs
not.
are rigged.
Yeah, no, it's,
Yes.
Well, it kind of gave me a thought. You remember that ritual that we did back then, Hera?
with
Oh shit!
the sleep.
The shared dream.
The focus, the intent.
It meant that we weren't alone in it.
Yeah,
We were together.
I was about to say, if you're all going to sleep, you should try and dream of the same place, somewhere that's where we are all comfortable, somewhere that we know well, somewhere that we know if something will be off. That way, maybe with luck, you will find yourselves in the dream world together. At least you can look after each other.
Or we could just stay awake. Not risk it. I mean, let's fucking face the facts here. Any of us go to sleep, we're playing into whatever this yellow emperor's got going on in the Dreamlands. Tari seems fucking terrified of it.
Yeah.
So what are we really doing?
I know she is afraid.
We have to sleep. We're going to have to sleep at some point. There's no way out of here for us that's going to be any less than several days to get out of the Mournland.
I agree.
I'd rather do it now when we're not as injured than stay up another 2 days and then be going into it in a weakened state. If you don't want to, you can
But-
have the other potion. It's there.
Like I said,
Like you said, Hera.
Yeah.
just dream of the same place. At least be together. That's all I'll ask.
I think we can do that, or at least try.
Out of
But I
character.
agree with Puck. We have to sleep. Sorry, yes, go on.
Out of character, don't you have a didn't you pick up a spell from that time called like Dream Guide or something that could particularly help us in this situation? It's kind of what I was hinting at.
I do recall some such thing. Like Dreamwalk or...
Yeah, I don't know if Hera has to be present for that though.
Hmm.
Yeah, that does ring.
Yep, here it is. Oops. I will put it in Discord so everyone can see it if that's okay, Dale.
Yeah, that's cool. I thought I had written it in somewhere, but
You target yourself and up to 10 willing creatures.
You're not target's temporary recoil.
It's not a May ability.
You must fall asleep to begin the spell's duration. Right.
Practically speaking, Jalug is fine with a short rest if we wanted Jalug to drink the potion and stay awake.
I am also, honestly, I'd be fine with a short rest as well, but we will build up exhaustion no matter what.
Yeah,
I like
because
that.
one's
I've
fine, but...
achieved exactly what I wanted to with this conversation.
I'm just saying go to sleep. I don't know what Ghost's
I
problem
know.
is, man. I know. I
chill
think we should
out.
just go to sleep.
Take it.
I hear what you're saying, Ghost, but that would require me to sleep as well. But I believe the pull that place has here will be strong enough that you won't need the spell to get there.
I wasn't worried about getting there. I was more worried about not being together
Getting
in it.
back. But yeah, that's what worries me.
Your eyes all start feeling quite heavy now.
I think I will close my eyes soon, regardless. But
Well, given it's a rest anyway, I might take first watch.
can I try and... The way that Kaida the pseudo-dragon communicates is all through that
Yeah.
telepathic, emotional sort of way. So I would like to try and direct him to, as we sleep, almost be watching, feeling those emotions of everyone who sleeps.
Yep.
To try and then, if it seems like everyone's starting to get fearful or everyone's starting to
Okay.
get angry or wrathful or what have you,
It
to
communicates to
alert,
you.
to communicate to whoever is awake.
Oh,
at
sure,
that
sure.
point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep, that can certainly be done. As you kind of find your bedroll and maybe a bit of hesitation there, but you close your eyes and start to drift off.
And I assume we're as trying to follow Hera's advice, I'll sort of say as I bed down, I guess thinking of Hera is as good a place as any, yes?
Yeah.
No?
I'm alright.
I don't know how this
Is in the
works. Feel
mist.
free to. All I know
What
is
about the
the last
mountain?
time we did this, we
Where,
go
You
on.
going, Ghost?
where we met Jaluk, that village on top of the mountain. I know the adventure getting there and slaying an entire towns of yak folk wasn't exactly the most pleasurable experience, but afterwards, when we were resting, that was a good night. It's a place that's familiar to all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not in the mist.
Seems agreeable.
Seems agreeable.
All right. So,
I
Ghost.
think
Okay.
with just as a parting thing, with that being the decision, I think almost to help himself and to help everyone else almost as well, Molokov will pull out his sort of junk brass pipe
Nice.
and that little pouch and light up some of the knockout herb.
Nice.
And even I suppose offer it around if anyone wants to maybe have a better night's sleep.
Sure.
But at the very least, to
Just
sort of bring
smells
back
enough
that
for me.
smell and
Yeah. The incense kind of starts wafting through the rooms.
It's a great idea
As-
because like the smell takes you back to the place. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. 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 You know what? Take an inspiration for that.
Ah.
Associating senses.
Encouraging drug use.
Yeah. Jono, there's no encouragement needed.
No.
As okay, Molokov Ghost, you kind of lie down. Jalu, you're already comfortable, but you do remember that time that this is where you met these guys. And
It kind of set the scene pretty well, walking through a village with no one alive. Being like, okay, something's happened here. But yes,
definitely.
but it was good because working together and not being a lone operative was kind of with everything that followed after that, it was sort of the start of him recognizing the need to be to get involved.
As you all remember the cool breeze out of the sunlight and the kind of shallow, deep song of the mountains, all three of you drift off, eyes closed, to sleep. Puck and Hera left awake.
Just before we do any of that, mechanically speaking, with some of us have kind of been chilling for a little bit. Do we, before anything crazy goes on, do we short rest? Or like I'm happy to not, just because obviously, let's say everything goes perfect and you hit a long rest and you go, okay, reset everything.
Yeah,
but
I'll allow a short rest.
Okay.
I won't because I've been busy.
I was going to say not for Ghost.
I'd say not for me either. I was
not for you either.
Banging away and
Hera, you were copying a spell. Puck, I guess you were just roaming around on the roof. You can take a short rest.
Yeah, I was going to say like I was essentially doing what I would be doing. Yeah.
Molokov, Jalugan, Ghost, can you... I guess you were in the same room, so I'll put you all in here. And Hera and Puck. You kind of like... Maybe not close the door like a parent does to a child, but like... you know that those three are in there sleeping. You know that Tari is downstairs, and it's not a common combination that happens, but Hera and Puck, you kind of are out on the balcony, awake. Anything you'd like to do?
Do you think we need to be scared about sleeping here?
Perhaps not as much as Tari, but I would still heed with caution. It is his domain after all. And if anything is getting closer and closer, more cockiness perhaps.
Well, let's hope he underestimates us.
Yeah, well, it's we're quite a skilled bunch, I think.
I think we've
Very capable.
managed to achieve pretty much everything we've set out to achieve. We've been a major thorn for any of those who have been opposing us. But this is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Stakes are high.
Yeah. Yeah, this I mean, I know failure is always something to learn from, I suppose, but I think if we fail here, it might be the final lesson.
I don't really understand this dream world, but I know it's not good.
Yeah. From what I can tell, it's almost another layer, just one of the many. You saw that when we arrived, all those domains. Usually you can't.
I think we lost him.
I was like, I'll try and respond, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what's being said anymore.
That's all good.
He was probably yawning because he's really tired.
That's all good. So you are taking up first watch, Puck. I guess a basic description of where you're going to do this. Are you going to be popping in and out of the windows? Are you going to go back to the roof?
Yeah,
and then
all
I
of
guess
it.
Hera can stick inside as well. So
Yep.
we'll leave you to continue your watch for a few hours. Sorry, Dale, I think you broke up for a bit.
That's all right. I could hear you guys talking about how I had broken up.
Damn. we can come back to it.
Yeah.
As the other three of you fall into slumber, you almost hear the chimes of the wind chimes that were outside the yaks' huts. That mountain kind of wind blowing. But you feel warm and you feel comforted. As Ghost, you kind of flicker your eyes open. And you're conscious that you're flickering your eyes open. And you're conscious that you're flicking your eyes open because you have fallen asleep. Having mentally thought about this, you are a bit more prepared this time. As you look down at yourself, and I'll get you to describe it in a second. Angelou, you will go last, as the last time we saw Ghost and Molokov in the Dreamlands. Ghost, you were in politician attire. You were clean shaven and hair cut, even a little bit of foundation on, the silks and the robes of a politician that is super successful. A future that was possible for Ghost once. Molokov, we saw a full robotic tabaxi, metal arm, metal torso, metal head, metal legs. Very crude, very gears going. Puck was a shadow of death that moved around, and Hera was a corpse rotting, having been reanimated. The Dreamlands are not the future, but they are a possibility of what you are and what you can become. So as all three of you, your eyes flicker and you are inside this yurt with a fire in the middle and it's emanating out warmth. You look around and you see two other figures in a triangle shape. Ghost, what do they see?
Oh. It's a really good question.
Or Molokov, you can go first, and I want it to be what you're thinking of plus 10. You know, that politician we saw was like the Grand Chancellor Ghost. Or Caspian.
Yeah.
Go, Markov.
I think
Not
very
necessarily
similar.
what they want.
Yeah,
Just
no.
a possibility, an extreme possibility.
Since you say times 10, I think I have a picture in my mind, and I think it is still full robotic form, but times his armor on top of it times 10. Like when he casts enlarge on himself, it's that his torso, his body is huge. It's he looks
You're a
like he's
Hulkbuster armor.
sitting in that power armor with the helmet off. And like not like towering over everyone, but he is quite bulky as he sits there, but he's I would say it's not it looks less janky than it did, I would
Okay.
imagine, from before, like less.
It's almost
Like
honed in.
I imagine like that first one was sort of like one of his legs would be like almost just one bar and like the foot, and whereas now it would be fully constructed with plate armor around it, and like he looked, and with, I almost imagine it as well, sitting next to him, almost a full tower shield as opposed to the round shield that he normally has.
It's leaning up against the yurt wall as we pan across to Ghost, or a vision of Ghost.
Yeah, so Molokov doesn't remember the Grand Chancellor Ghost.
No.
But fucking Jaluk doesn't either, so this is just new to both of you. What you'll see is Ghost, but those little flickers of red energy that you sometimes see, and you remember his aura as well. He hasn't used that in a while or channeled that in a while, but it is just bright and blazing. His eyes are just a wash of red tinted bright light. The entire top of his head, you can see through his cut but long hair the outline of the marking that is burnt into the top of his skull, again just glowing, and it ripples down across his shoulders, which rather than all of his artificer gear, he has more of a religious robe on, a red robe, and sort of hanging with a half strap off the side of his face is a golden mask. With the red energy, the red aura of the Seeker just washing up behind him, and two glowing orbs, one golden and one dark, that float and rotate slowly around his shoulders.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we pan over to, can this be the third person as Jalug? Do we recognize him?
It doesn't look initially like he's wearing armor. That beast, sort of beaten up thing that you first saw him in, and even the plate armor, it's now matte black. If you looked closely, it seems to have etchings, these sort of almost silver, but only when he turns and he catches the glimpse. This is the armor. It's definitely newer. It's it has a real emphasis on defense, but his sunblade is not in his hand. It's only as he turns occasionally you can see it. It's on his belt, but it's almost like it hasn't been used. It's there if he needs to, but you see one hand is just fingers are moving, and there's these rocks or gems, or it's a bit orbs. It's a bit unclear. Just sort of just floating just above his hand, just moving, and he looks very calm and serene. And yeah, there is that weapon, but like the swords, the big great sword's not there. The crossbow, he has a sword, but he looks peaceful. He looks more like he's still strong, and there's the threat. The violence is definitely could be there, but he's just very, very serene, and just sees like next to a bench, and he looks at it, and the bench just moves across
Yes.
to him, and then he sits down, and yeah, for a very violent, powerful person, it's almost like he's moved beyond the need for violence, and just emitting this aura of calm. There's more gray in his hair. He's no longer, he looks older, but not haggard, more wise, and just there's a real intelligence behind his eyes, as if he sees the world a little bit more. It's no longer black and white. And he
Love
looks across at Ghost, and he looks the other side, and he sees Molokov. And if you're looking intently at his eyes, it's like, well, these are my people, and these are the people, like, I'm protecting them. They're part of. They're like. But I can protect them from themselves, but I can protect them from other people. And so yeah, he just looks serene, I suppose, is the way to say it. His appearance definitely looks like he's no longer been fighting and traveling, and the cloak's a little bit tattered. Everything is clean, like he's able to move through without it impacting him as much.
As you kind of all clock each other and realize that you are all three of you awake in a shared dream. Molokov and Jaluk, this is new to you. Ghost, you have experienced it before, but it still feels weird that you feel outside of your bodies. And seeing the other two as they've been described, you realize that they also see you as something. that you're not sure of. You can't actually quite see it yourself. It's more what you're emitting to other people. And all three of you find yourselves inside this yurt. It's not huge. It moves a little bit in the wind, supposedly, that's there. What would you like to do?
Well, that's a relief. Good to see you.
I'm glad we all made it. Sort of give the curious glance at both of you and your
Sure.
definite nod of approval at the use of the Force at will.
So do we have to do anything here, or do we just talk? Should we go explore?
Oh,
I didn't really look at this much.
I didn't read the manual.
I saw there was a fight and continued on down.
I think. Look around you. This place is peaceful enough. I don't want to go seeking any trouble.
Yeah, that's wise.
This is the realm of dreams. This is where the Yellow Emperor has his armies. We're in their domain now. Not by choice. This is just how we have to rest here. In saying that, it might be good just to take a beat of where exactly we are. I'll sort of stand up and head to the door, or the flaps.
Perfect.
And sort of look back to both of them and be like,
It's just the way you said
Stay aware.
flaps. It's just
the flaps. Get your brains out of that, I got us. And I'll swing it to one side and just take a look outside.
Lovely. As you push it to one side, you look out and see a mountain range. You see the rest of the Yak village. And that cold wind blows in, and you hear a ching, 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 ching. Chink of, sounds like metal on metal. And you see that just off to the side of one of the tents is a hunched over figure. It looks like it's got a big cloak. Excuse me. Cloak or something on. So you can't quite see the details, but hunched over, facing away from you. You hear chink, chink, chink. Is it picking up something metal, or sounds like it's playing with gears or something? You know, that metal on metal tools wrench on like you're picking up a toolbox almost. The wind blows past and you see the cloak billow in it a little bit. So it definitely seems like it's there.
I don't know how telepathy works in the dream realm, but I'll attempt.
Why don't you give it a try?
Yeah. Speak to my companions behind me and just say, "We are not alone." Yeah, you. Yeah.
I'm actually being.
You hear a voice in your head, Julie.
It actually just screams in the dream world.
We're not alone. No, it seems to work as you would expect.
That's nice.
You see the figure kind of unhunch itself and shuffle over to another pile of, and you now see that there are piles of almost rubble, of almost rubbish. Goes to another one and starts rummaging through it. Looks human-sized.
But cloaked, no beat on.
Yeah, still facing away from you.
Yeah.
The wind blows again. You can tell that it seems cold outside, and that's probably explains the quite dense cloak they're wearing.
Sort of poke my head outside. What did it? It's cold. Close the doors. Close the flaps.
I'll take a step back and let the doorway settle.
The doorway settle. It closes, and the warmth comes back into the skin, and just kind of, you've stopped the wind from coming in.
I look around and I see a little fire, a little kitcheny kind of area with a teapot on it and some herbs. And so I move across and I start making, in my mind, making a tea.
Yeah, and it's a good tea as well. You give me a wisdom check, Jaluk.
Natural 20 for a
perfect.
19.
Oh, for a 19. That's all right. You look over it, and the yurt wasn't big, but as you described, there is a teapot and tea leaves, and you pick it up, and as you put it on the fire, you think of when that boils, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea, and it boils, and you make yourself a nice cup of tea. Carry on.
And it's like one of those small ones that like it should only be enough for like annoyingly 1.5 cups.
Yep.
But I pour 3 full cups.
Yes, you do.
Here. It's might help to take the chill off and calm us down. And it's definitely not the kind of drink you would think Jalug would want, because it's not like a hard liquor or anything, but it's like just this really nice peppermint tea, almost a floral end to it as well. It's definitely or at least that's what Jalug is drinking, and definitely calming him down.
Yeah.
Very much now just looking at what he's wearing, looking at the others, seems nice. People outside, but that's okay. He's just kind of calm.
Yeah, you both look in your cups, and the tea is there, and you take a sip, and it's a soothing, nice warm tea. What would you like to do?
Last time we were here, we were in so much danger. This is...
We had a mission too.
Yeah.
We had somewhere to be.
It's uncanny that we can choose to be here. I wonder how far that stretches.
Dangerous thought.
Where would you go?
Been listening too much to Hera.
If you had any choice in the world, what would you want to see right now?
I'd like to know just a day, I think, with my tribe. To see them again. To know who's made it. You know?
Yeah. I'd want to go back to Dagon again.
I sort of like wave my hands in the air for no reason. Wave both towards both the orbs, and sort of like they sort of float and project, carried by the sort of red
Let me
mist of
tighten that
energy
up.
that is around me.
Need some oil. Hang on.
They sort of push them forward and almost flatten them into discs that sort of expand to, I don't know, around a foot and a half wide. Sort of between us. One more in front of you, Malikov, and one more in front of you, Jaluk. And I can't think of those places, but I imagine that these discs almost turn into a mirror and then a window into what you consider your tribe, Malikov, and your home. And where you're thinking of in Dargoon, Jaluk.
So, Ghost, can you give me an intelligence check, please?
No shit. Natural 20.
I love it. I love it.
But
Use
I'm
all
like,
of the
Use
great
them
rolls in
now.
the
Yeah, use them
dreamland
now.
on
Use them
fucking
now.
mundane crap, right?
I would not call this mundane
Tea.
as
That's
you,
fair.
Malikov, and you, Jalug, look into these discs, and we can do a brief overview of what you might see, because I don't want to describe it because it is the perfect vision of what you're imagining. You know, Malikov, you see your tribe, and me as a DM can tell you that this might not necessarily be true. But Molokov sees what he wants to see in this disc, and Jalug, you see what you want to see. It might not be like a desire to see it, like, but it's convinced you that it's what you want to see. With your Tabaxi tribe, everyone is succeeding and flourishing, and everyone that was chasing that one skill has honed it in. And you're kind of unaware of time at the moment. You don't know how long it's been, but it seems like everyone is thriving.
I was almost thinking, yeah, like he'll have these accelerated views in his mind, like, you know, his father will have the greys in his dreads now, and you know, everyone's looking. He's imagined his younger brother as how he's growing up, big and strong, or maybe the one that was more learned is growing up, you know, a bit more.
Yeah. And more so than the people, it's the place. You see your home through this, and that's what translates over to Jalug as well. You see that this is what you fought for. This is what you went out and away from home to do while you went adventuring, and it even plays into that calm, stoic figure that you're presenting right now, is that you've almost imbued that back to Dargoon. There are no more tribe wars, there are no more warlords. It's actually a thriving continent now.
Yeah, the rough and ready townships, there's still walls around the settlements, but they're not just palisades. There's not, you know, a nice house and then next door is a ruin smoking or whatever. It's just it's kind of moved beyond just that. Hey, we've had to fight to make this our land. It's like, no, this is our land, and so it's calm. And goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears are walking around.
Did you just say the same thing 3 times?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the good bit, that there isn't the rivalry. And they're intermingling, and it's not. There's trust between them. Like somehow it just seems like, yeah, this is just normal, and walking around and laughing, and there are children running and laughing and having fun rather than marching and practicing for war.
Ghost, you see them both react, and you just see the blue and gold, or silver and gold orbs in front of you. You don't see any reflection in them, but you feel that from their reactions, they are seeing what they want to see. And that moment passes. You'd all take another sip of tea. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Or are you going to sit and enjoy this moment?
I
I
think
didn't see anything. You saw
let
something.
me tell you about my about Dagu, and then
Oh.
I want to hear about you, and we have time. I'm not saying we have to do this now. Practically, I guess. But yeah, like because I'm sure people have heard about like everyone is afraid of hobgoblins because they rebelled and broke and then set it up, and so but describing it how it could be is kind of thing, and then I think if we've decided we're going to stay, it's kind of like, yeah, let's just talk.
Okay. So 2 things I want now. One is, it is a loaded question, but are you going to look outside the tent again?
Can we hear anything?
No.
Like closing it's just closed off.
Closes you off.
Yeah, at some point that would happen. It's on my list of.
Okay. You peer out
I
and
would be against that, but
Oh, okay.
Do you tell Ghost?
I won't react like aggressively is not even the right word.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a very calm sort of. I think we don't need anything but beyond the walls of this tent.
At some point, we have to wake up. At some point, we have to leave.
We
I
do.
can't remember how to do that.
I believe Hera did explain it.
I think we did get a little rundown. We wouldn't have just sent Jalug straight into.
That's fair.
Hey, this is how you get in, not how you get out.
I believe the idea is exactly the same in reverse. You go to sleep, you picture a place, and you should be able to get there.
That's right. Yeah.
Which does occur to you, and yes, it is a little bit Inception-y, that you're now traveling to the real world, or have you woken up and then now you're traveling back? Like that whole thing does cross your mind, that now you're falling asleep in the dreamlands to wake up there. Which one is real? But what I'll say is that you all share a story of not your past, but where you come from.
Yeah.
Together as you sip the tea that is seemingly never ending, but not in an excess kind of way. And sorry, he doesn't need his microphone, Mochi. Just pushes that out of the way. You each share something of where you come from and your people. And eventually you all kind of realize that to leave this place, you will need to fall asleep. Even though you don't feel tired, you feel rested. But close your eyes and each picture that warehouse in the mists, in the quiet. You picture Puck, you picture Hera, you picture Tari as well. And you all focus. Now, I hate to do this, but can everyone make me a wisdom save?
No, yep, no, yep.
Can I insight check the DM that he hates to do this?
Yeah.
After that conversation, I really do.
I have an inspiration. I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
That was a 5 on the dice.
I also have an inspiration that I've been holding on for a long time, and I am also going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
I do not have an
That's better.
inspiration.
Is it a saving throw?
It's a saving throw.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's actually any better for me. We'll find out. Okay, no, 13.
Jalug.
I have an 11, but I can use my saving
point.
face ability. Having just been spent, which makes a lot of sense, I feel, because it's a hobgoblin trait. Having spent all this time like talking and showing what it's like, which means that I add the allies I can see, which I presume is just the 2
Yeah.
because we're coming out of it. So that'll be a 13 for me as well.
So 13, 13.
I
Ghost?
think
Rocky
with the trying to buff things as well, I think I don't know, maybe as I'm waking up, sort of maybe feel that something's not right, and I will sort of. He's got a few ideas for some new inventions on the way, and I think he's just going to try and focus in on. Almost, I think he would have slept in his armor, so I think he'll be just focusing on the upgrades that he's got in mind, and like almost using that to bring him back. And I'll add an extra 2, bringing it up to a 15 with my flash of genius.
15, 13. Ghost.
Oh no!
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh no!
With my wisdom save, that becomes a 4.
Okay.
You can get like another.
I can put another +7 on it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, your flash of genius is a lot better than
Yeah.
mine.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
Good choice.
I think I have to try, right?
What does that bring you to?
Brings me to an 11.
Okay. Is that your final offer?
That's all I can do, so yes.
Okay. 15, 13, and 11. Hera and Puck, is there anything of note you want to do during this watch? And then I want to get perception checks from both of you.
I'm going outside, like on the roof, and just
Yep.
keeping watch of the area. I'll check in on Tari as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm sort of just flitting about, just keeping watch. You know, I'm mostly at peace, but every once in a while he'll like grab the amulet around his neck.
Yep.
But yeah, mostly just sort of keeping watch and moving about.
Yep. Go for perception. Hera?
Probably not keeping watch
Okay.
externally as much as internally. I'll probably go back into the room while Puck's out, keeping an eye on things, knowing that if he needs, he'll be Puck's watch over us. And we'll sort of just be, I guess, kind of keeping an eye on these 3. Maybe doing like a little bit of copying from the spell, but I know that even though I've had the potion, I don't think I can still do like strenuous tasks of the long rest.
You can knock a couple of hours off it, I'll say.
So I don't know. Yeah, I guess I won't be doing it at full speed, so maybe at half speed sort of thing. Because to be fair, we'll probably be jotting through notes and then every now and then just sort of looking up and just keeping an eye on them. Probably the pseudo dragon as well, seeing how he's reacting to how they're sleeping.
Give me a inside check. And Puck, what was your perception?
22.
22. Nice. Insight hero? While we wait for that, Puck, you move around the building. You're checking on Tari. He's nervously pacing, but it, does help out where you ask him to. And you maybe go a couple of buildings down and a couple of one street over just to check the perimeter and stuff. And what you pick up is that there is definitely movement in the city, but it doesn't seem to be near enough to cause alarm. And it's not like, oh, is that a group of people there? Let's go and check out what they're doing. It's kind of like you can feel that the city does live in a way. But with the 22, no one comes near your warehouse or your friends. And you make your way back, jumping up on the roof and coming back in. Hera, what was your insight roll?
I was 15. Sorry.
15. You and the pseudo dragon, you get a sense of calm. You get a sense of curiosity, a sense of amazement and insight, happy insight, almost like gaining knowledge. You see all three of them resting there quite peacefully, actually. And Puck, you will rest through this night as well, as all three of your eyes flicker open. And you feel like there was nothing to worry about, because Ghost and Jalug, you have had quite a nice sleep that you don't remember. Molokov, you do.
I think that's cool because it's like way in the future, and like it would be weird to be like, oh, that's I'm this fighter, but my goal is to not be a fighter and stuff. And it's like, although maybe it would have been fun to tantalizingly have like, oh, there's this amazing tea recipe, and then spend the rest of this campaign searching for tea. That was like, it's just not that one.
As you all kind of wake up without incident, without interacting with a trigger that was obviously definitely there, and you can all take a long rest. Puck, you, I imagine, come in and bed down at some point. Maybe you toss and turn a little bit after worrying about this dream state, but again, for you, nothing happens tonight as you sleep through it. And maybe that's not even a great thing for Puck to not experience what everyone's so concerned about. But yeah, you get the long rest as well.
Well, wasn't that lovely? Certainly saw you in another light.
I guess.
Nothing. Sorry. Seems
I
like
really, I don't get why you guys are like, what's this Dreamland thing? It's just.
You know what's interesting, actually, is the last time we did this, everyone but Molokov remembered Jaluk. And I think that is different because now it seems like you just had a dream, Molokov. Because no one else remembers.
Interesting.
Not two people are talking about the same thing or how you both experienced the tent or anything. Like, you just had quite a really nice dream. But you all wake together. Again, the sun in the exact same spot. You feel like you're slowly starting to lose track of how early it is, how late it is. Are you sleeping through the day? Are you sleeping through the night? But you all kind of awake, and Tari comes up and it looks like everyone's okay. That's good. I believe the plan is the geothermal station. Shouldn't take too long to get there. Are we ready to move?
Yeah.
There were definitely
of course.
things out there. I had a bit of time to wander about. I didn't see anything, but there are things out there. We just need to keep our eyes open and wits about us. But let's go.
All right. So I think that's where we'll end today's one. Prepare your spells. Get your weapons ready as we head to the geothermal station.
Nice.
Ew.
It's not so scary.
I'm the only one in the party who has dreamed and remembered and dreamed and forgot.
No,
That's
Molotov
quite
has as
interesting.
well.
Oh, now, yeah. But he couldn't remember the first one.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one who can go, oh, I have a memory of the dreamland that I know I was meant to remember something tonight, but I haven't. Yeah, interesting.
I think
And that's
having
Molotov's
that.
first experience. That he can
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. And I think one side of that is I think Molotov will have looked at himself and then been like, "Oh, this must be the robot form they were talking about." He won't realize that there's potentially different forms that we can take as we come in. But I
think
think
we learned.
seeing.
Go on.
I think seeing Ghost's form and remembering Ghost's form is definitely going to play on him in the waking world. Because the question I have for you, Ghost, is how have you been acting with these orbs since you got them? Have you constantly sort of found yourself with them in your hands? Are they displayed somewhere, or like or are they tucked away constantly until you use them as part of a spell, or as something like that? Or I'm sort of, and then like as we're waking up, are they the first thing you're sort of checking and that sort of thing?
I get what you mean. Definitely hasn't been afraid of using them and fucking showing them off and knowing that he has them. And it is one of the things. Yeah, he like sits up and then, all right, pistol. Yep, pulls out both orbs. Yep, they're still there. It's not like I don't
It's
think
not an
for him
obsession thing.
It's not an obsession.
Yeah,
But nobody's brought up the fact that he's using them, and if anyone would ever hint at the fact that he should not use them, that'd be a different story, I think. But it's not like an obsessive thing where he's like, oh my god, all of this power is fucking incredible. Yeah. He's got the recognition that like, oh my god, these things are great and I need these, and like this is helping me and this is going to help everyone else. But it's not the same as that obsession.
No,
that like Gazlo had, for example.
Yeah.
They're not presented yet because he hasn't had time to build something to mount them in.
I mean, you just attuned to them this morning.
I think that's what concerns Molotov, though, is that he attuned to them this morning, and now they're part of his fucking dream psyche. They were rotating around you. They were.
Yep.
I think that was beautifully done. That dream.
I agree.
Which is why I said I hate to call for the role of people forgetting it, because I'm just like, that sucks, but it's also cool to the story as well, because we saw how it played in last time when there was a fight, and I think, did Molotov die in the dream?
Died on the way out. Yeah,
you died on the way out.
I think I had disadvantage on the wisdom save on the way out. I think because I died,
because you went unconscious. Yeah.
Yes, and died. We're slowly getting rules about the Dreamland as well. And that save, it was like, if Jalug and Molokov remembered it and they're like, "Oh, thanks, Ghost, for showing us that," and Ghost's like, "What do you mean?"
I'm really disappointed I've forgotten that, because that would have been really
Yeah,
that was important for me as Ghost to be like, oh, okay, so we can create things here, but we can also create like false truths for ourselves. Like that's pretty dangerous. But I know nothing about that now.
When you were like, oh, was there anything you wanted to do while you're here, or do you just want to while away the night? I was like, in a different world, I would have done something different. But I was like, this is so beautiful of like how we're keeping this calm, like, and I think that was the right call of like keeping it in the tent. We had our like our fortress for what it was,
And
like,
to be fair, I never know, like, one, I didn't know where you were going to imagine, because in the past it's been Hera's study and it's been the tomb that you quite literally want to get to. And that's where the item was hidden, was beyond the wall. And so saying the mountain tent, I was like, okay, that actually works really well, that you have an enclosed space. Because if you'd said like, oh, we go to the middle of the desert, then it's like, okay, well, you're outside.
And it was Molokov suggesting like, here's as good as any, that I don't know if it's Michael or Ghost, but was just like, no, we're in the mists, we're in this like twisted part of the dreamland that could be dangerous. And
imagine summoning yourself next to you because you're in like a weird crossplane.
But I think that we
strange.
We have encountered like enough of a lore of how it works in the dream world. Of there are these. It's not like the material plane where it's like, here's the plane, everything's there. It's these pockets get created on the outskirts when people dream.
Correct.
It's not. Yeah, you're not like in the dream world where you're necessarily gonna. So it's only because we have
the lore of the plane in Eberron is that everyone goes to that plane every night, and then they leave that plane every night, and they're in the tiny little individual pockets of the dream world, just like your bag of holding is technically on the material plane, but its pocket dimension is on the material plane as well, but it's just sitting outside of it. And that's where the whole thing is like, do you cross that bubble and go to the actual plane?
Right.
And what's that interaction like?
I was half thinking for a second. Molokov convinced me out of it, but I was like, oh, we just keep opening and shutting the door and just like, what place do you want to see? And CFL bubble
that's quite
opens
cool
out to that place, like, and you could just go look over it.
Hey, tomorrow night will come around
in the dreamland
soon enough.
Sure.
And now everyone's like, all right, I want to sleep now. No, I want to sleep now. I want to experience this.
I think part of it was...
There's like a Balrog. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but like I could see it becoming an addictive thing, especially if you are in a place where you can, in some capacity, lucid dream. It definitely could easily be a thing that people, like, I mean, and then, there's these, drugs that you can take to help you do this, and you cast your spell and like could totally see that being a problem as well. So
yeah, it's the whole concept of, it's like there's like two versions of it, right? Or one is like the I guess the more dualistic enlightenment, where you do such deep meditation and go into these such deep states of otherness that you actually lose track of whether being awake or asleep or meditative is the real state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which can bring just total peace, or you just get lost within it.
Yeah,
which is incredibly dangerous.
All Molokov was thinking was like a Tony Stark with Jarvis, just like, all right, if I put this item here and put this item here and do this, all right, run the simulation for building this thing now, and like see what works. Putting
the problem with that is that you're making up your own truth.
Exactly, it would work the way he thinks it'll work in his head.
Yes. Interesting.
Goddamn.
But no, it was your imagery of like how it was as soon as we opened up the flaps, it was cold. But it was cold outside. You
Yes.
mentioned it, you were like letting the cold air, and I was just like, nah. I think I get the feeling if we just close that and we just make this the world that we're in, kind of like a bad trip. Like nah,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
matters outside of these walls. Nothing
Keep it warm.
matters.
Keep it warm.
Hold the tea. Drink the
It's
tea.
really interesting.
A lot of
Okay,
potential.
well, that'll be a cool thing to play with later.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I mean, someone already has, and that's how we're in this mess.
Well, yes.
Excuse me. That is not why we're in this mess.
No, you did right.
Oh, I thought you were
It's just
referring
it's just
to.
one of the messes.
I thought
you
he
were
was referring to the Yellow
people.
Emperor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To what, sorry?
The Yellow Emperor is the one who's
Oh yeah,
messed with this and ended up
yeah.
this mess.
I did mean Hera though.
I think that'll probably make it a bit clearer as well, is that spell that she has. Obviously, she has to do it, but that's going to give you a bit more protection against losing the thoughts and traveling safely and arriving there and so on and so forth. But yeah.
What level spell was it again?
Second.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Second.
nice. Not too hectic on the old resources.
Yeah, because you actually become aware of your parallel life. We didn't have that.
Interesting. Nice.